fast thing. I woke up earlier and yeah, played with one a bit yesterday. Um, so because I have to go and do the physio massage for my back because it's been killing me on top of everything else. So I have the appointment, and today we start a bit earlier. And I wanted to start maybe already because I didn't prepare the brush. It's in the other room. So I wanted to start maybe already starting to add colors to Neya. I will, what I will do is I'm going to add, so let's put, yeah, let's open this group. And here I'm going to add those colors that we're lacking with the pencil because the brush is too large, okay? And I'm gonna put, where's the horrible horror, this layer with more or less, more or less, no, this color, okay. Why is it, okay, there we go. More or less the colors that I have in the, okay, so I'm gonna go erase a bit here. If we multiply these, I think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna erase the watercolor of orange here. I need to choose my usual eraser, the one that I like. Here we go. Okay, we'll erase here. Okay, so I'm gonna go into Lisa's, no, into Addison's brushes. I'm gonna take the base. Okay. Too large. Still too large. What layer are we on? We're on this one. We're on multiply. Need to be more careful. Make the brush just a tiny bit smaller because I just started. Usually when I start drawing, the hand is less steady. So when you get into drawing, then you go already more kind of more prepared. Be prepared. Remember Scar? Every time I hear the word prepared, God, it's like I have the song of Scar from The Lion King, from the old cartoon, playing in my head. Maybe let's go more warmer, like so. And add a bit of that texture. Okay, so we added some difference here and a bit orange here. So, okay. Deselect, and I know that this one is blue, and I'm going to go into the usual brush. Let's see if this is going to work with the orange, initial orange. Actually, it is blue, and it gives it that interesting also color variation. Let's do this. And let's go more blue. Oh, it's very opaque. Add a bit of color variation here, like so. And maybe, just maybe, So, and I think this is enough color variation for now. Then she has a purple one, but actually I don't like purple and purple here. Make it, then let's see. Now let's select this area. Let's see, let's paint it purple first, but then we will see. Pick up brush. Okay, what if we go more into some pinks, some more blues in places? Too blue. It just seems very, let's see, let's make it green. Gonna be more interesting. Who knows, maybe that day she put them on like this. Okay, so we have another blue here. I don't want to make it blue now. Orange and red. Maybe red, yeah. Okay, if we go into more pinks, what if we see the color that we like better? I think I like this blue better. Then let's do one thing. Take this blue and change its color. Picture book illustration anyway. Green, I don't want it to be green. Maybe let's make it pink and blue at the bottom. Okay, so then we will add this. No, let's add this part already. So she has these two plasters. Um, okay, so when we have this pink, I'm gonna create a new multiply layer here. Yeah, I should use the normal brush first. I'm gonna cover them pink, both of them for now, because then one of them is pink and the other one is purple. So let's select this one. The bunny's there on the other one. So here, let's select the color. Okay. So maybe the brighter here. Let's make it maybe a bit more blue. No, a bit more warm. Like so. Mixing some yellows in here. Okay. Now I'm gonna choose this color. I'm ignoring the drawing here. Pink here. Maybe warmer. Now we're gonna draw the lines on cooler color, maybe get the blue here, like so. Okay, and then we have this purple color. I'm gonna leave it here and then I will just color pick. Let's remove this. Need it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna see our line layer. Is it? Okay, 10 minutes. So color burn. Do I have any other line on top? I have two sketches here. One we turn off, the old sketches. Okay, so this is why I didn't see the difference. Okay, so in color burn, gives me those lines, but oh, and we forgot the patch on her arm, the purple patch. Now we will change that. Color burn and linear burn. I think I like it better. And lower the opacity. Okay, so here is the patch with the blue little thingies. What we're gonna do here is I'm going to select the patch on the sweater layer. Sweater. Okay, I'm going to make it purple. Saturation, darkness. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's do one thing. Let's add some lighter notes here. Oh, that's a giant brush. Um, some lower notes to make it purple. Still too big. Okay. Take the eraser. Okay, so we have these. And now let's take these little parts that are bright blue. Have my bird swearing like a builder. Like, oh my god, she's. Let's do base color. Ay, base color here on top. Actually, you know what? Let's delete. Ah, what happened here? Are we on this correct layer? So here, let's erase this. Here, let's erase this. And now. Anyways, then we will add it with. Make it brighter. We have a color variation here. We can start with the pencil now. Okay, so sorry, I forgot water. No, oh my god, I'm so thirsty. What I don't like is the jeans. They are kind of lost there. They have to be darker. Pants, Z pants, Z pants. Where are the pants? Okay, they are here already. Okay. So what I want to do, let me select this part and darken it, adding some more layers on top. Okay, so let's add a multiply layer. And let's add some of that watercolor wet spread. And make them more alive. What if we make it in color burn? Okay. And make them a bit more blue here. So maybe let's take a different brush. White brush. I lost the texture there. Let's do the dry jitter. There we go. Moving closer. What if we do multiply? It loses it all. Linear burn. Okay. If we do some lighter textures over here. Maybe some darker ones towards the bottom. Okay. Now I'm happy. For now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these layers and I will flatten the whole thing because I think I'm happy with it now. Except for the sketch. The sketch, I'm gonna take it out. This one I'm gonna do flatten and we're gonna group them. Okay, so I set the sketch in light burn. We can modify the opacity and we can always remove the things that we don't need. Okay, so now let's move on into here, and as usual I'm gonna create that layer. I'll create a layer, creating a layer just in case that I can merge them in normal. Okay, and I'm gonna go to my favorite brush, the scribbler. So I have the size here. Let's see if this works. Maybe even because this one was the one that I used for my other illustration. This one's actually, let's see, let's try it out. I think this one is cool. Okay, so let's start. So let's start maybe with her hair, and let's do this layer on top, and I'm gonna clear it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to select those darker, the darker hair from my linear burn layer. Maybe not. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Okay, so here I want to climb up to my linear burn line. Maybe this is too large. Let's try this one. Okay. And here I want to create that difference by combining two different tones. So trying to get rid of the lines. But keeping those like kind of shapes. Okay, here I'm gonna cover this line in color picking from the local colors and then just spreading it out. I really I like bright colors, but they have to be. So the girl, she is in a very kind of analog palette, but at the same time, she has those blue pans that kind of counteract the oranges, so I can make very bright oranges and then mute them down by adding the blues. So I was listening to an interview with Beatrice Blue the other day, and they were talking about the fact, I don't remember where this interview was, to be honest, sorry, but if you're interested, I can share the link in my watched videos. So, and she was saying that she met Loish on like, one of the, those, reunion things for artists. I don't even remember what it was. And that she picks her colors very thought out. So basically, her color picking is very thoughtful. And Loish, on the other hand, she's picking her colors. I was also reading it in her book, the art books. She's picking her colors very intuitively. But I think you can pick your colors very intuitively. You can say that it's intuitive, but on the background, there's this magic happening that you already somehow feel it because you know the theory and so on. So I think you can pick colors intuitively when you've already done a lot of stuff, when you've studied it, the same way with perspective. When you know how it works, you don't think about how it works, you think about what you're drawing. So it's very, I think the intuitive color picking is for artists that are very, not talented, but very experienced. Okay. Separate one clump of hair from the other here with that darker color. Yeah, the bit of ginger in here. So the more I'm starting to, the more I'm starting to render, the more I'm starting to understand that I prefer analogous color schemes. Okay. Um, let's start with the start. Sorry. I don't know why it started with the hair and I don't like how it's coming along, and now I'm going to start getting upset. Actually, no. We're going to continue. We're going to continue. We're going to fight through it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Um, hits me hard. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should start over. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. But no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Here, I'm going to crawl into this line with my lighter color to separate it from this background color. I'm going to just leave a bit of line or instantly create more shadow here to separate the two parts by blending it out into the color that is there. Okay, this works. So the most work I think that you do is in the part where you pick, like lay the foundational layer for the colors, and then you can just relax and render and just enjoy yourself. One thing I want to check if I have that linear burn. No. Okay, what are those dots? Don't understand what the dots are, but fine, we're gonna take a look at them later. So here, as this is watercolor texture, you can already see that I'm leaving a lot of texture untouched. So I just want to create those differences between the hairlines and between the clumps of hair. I just needed to get on the horse. What if we do this? And I wanted to try one thing. What if we do this in color burn? No, it's not going to cover the lines. Color burn works when you want to add more color. Multiply. Get back to multiply. Okay. So here I'm going to continue picking the. Did it move back? Yes. Here I'm going to continue picking the color. And where isn't it? That is drawing. I don't understand why the line isn't colored. Why is the line still there? Why is the line still there? Because I put it in multiply, not normal. Sorry, guys. In normal. There we go. Yeah, create here more separation. Because this part is like kind of behind. Not multiply, the normal. I don't know why. Like it's early in the morning and I need to keep watch on the time. Okay. I'm adding the same color, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add here a bit of that light and blend it in. And here also I'm gonna blend back the shadow into the shadow itself. So back and forth. Okay. If we look from afar, we don't see the line. We only see the difference in values. It was on top here. Actually, it's going kind of faster now that I have already rendered. Ugh, I kind of know where I'm going. So pretty happy about that. Okay, here we're gonna do this, picking colors. Like this is the part of my challenge for myself to beat that procrastination, is the fact that I continue and I don't stop until I finish. because that was my kryptonite. Not just like a little piece of kryptonite. No, no, that was like a huge rock of kryptonite on me. Like I couldn't finish things. And now I'm happy that I do. Look how much better that looks already. So, um, if you're watching this, and I have a question for you because I wanted to know if you guys would be interested because I was thinking I'm doing on Instagram maybe short videos about like some insights that I learned from my workbook and therapy sessions, and one of them is about this procrastination patterns and stuff like that. And actually wrote down a post because it really it really resonated with how I feel. Like it really kind of talks about the topic of trying to become an artist, but not only for the artists, also like in general, the procrastination and the perfectionism, how they're related and stuff. So let me know if you would like to hear that because mm, it's something that really resonated in me at least. And it just came up with like a little text while I was doing the exercises in the workbook, and maybe it would be useful for someone if you're struggling with this kind of mm, feeling of that, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Like, let's scrape this, throw it out, never show it to anyone. Like, anyway, just about that. Here, I'm gonna go in. So here I have kind of this shadowy part of the hair, and I'm gonna correct this shape for now with the color of the skin itself. So it's gonna be like a shadowier, darker. It's not full 3D. We're not going for full 3D here. What we're doing is we're creating an illustration, but at the same time, making that impression of a possible non-flatness. Okay, so look, already this clump of hair looks much better. Okay, so here we have a bit of that darkness showing through. And then here we have this yellowier color. I like it. Yellowier. Is there even a word yellowier? I don't think so. Going back into the shadow color from the local colors that I have here. Okay. To be honest, it's kind of weird to be talking to myself because usually no one watches these live. And just a bit weird talking to myself. But that's why I keep on rambling about stuff. Oh my god, my bird is swearing so bad. And all of this thanks to my wonderful man, the love of my life, who sometimes decides that it's a good idea to say that out loud near the bird. And she exclusively swears in Spanish, so I don't swear in Spanish. No, actually, no, I do. Sometimes. I usually don't swear, like in general, but sometimes, like, the situation calls for it. Can't help it. Okay. So here I'm gonna add just a bit of that yellow more. Separate this clump of hair to make it the frontal piece. So to separate it from the back of the head here. I'm going gently and going towards the edge. Kind of already blending it with the local colors. Here I'm gonna go with the lighter orange, maybe. And you can see also how that dulls down dulls down the tones of the very bright orange that we had previously. Okay. Doing the wrong thing here. I need to go this way. This one comes first. The like chunk of hair, that one comes first. So as I'm scribbling, this pencil has a perfect name. As I'm scribbling, it's called Scribbler. So as I'm scribbling, I am already blending the colors. And in the hair, it's okay. Like I can keep that texture, but if I cover too much up, it's okay. Because it's the hair. Okay. I don't like this orange that I added. Juan, stop it. The neighbor, Vale. Vale is like, okay. In Spanish, it's like, stop it, okay. Yeah, and she did stop, of course. I don't know if you can hear her. Probably yes, even though I'm using the microphone. Juan, I heard you the first time when you said okay. Let's go into this area now. Here, I want to get rid of that line. And the line is great because it helps me see where things actually end. So that's why I keep the line. Like, I found out that working with a line work is so much more comfortable and more like interesting. Okay. So I'm picking the local color that is here and just scribbling into that area. Okay. And here, let's pick that orangier color. And then that hair strand. Maybe make it thicker. Just for the sake, because from afar it's not going to be so visible. Need something darker here. This comes right from somewhere inside. It goes back into the hair here. Maybe I'm gonna take the eraser and I'm gonna erase this part, like separate it a bit. For now, let's leave it at that. Okay, guys, I really have to go now because I need to take a bus, and I don't know how that's gonna go. But yeah, I'm gonna try different tactics, put earphones in, and take a book, and just not look around. So yeah. So for now, this is where we got. Um, I really hope that when you watch, if you watch these videos, they are helpful, and this is also like me becoming something that I really wanted to become in my journey. So maybe that's going to be useful to you too, and maybe you get more inspired as well if that was your dream, or maybe some. Okay, I'm rambling too. I'm gonna stop. Okay, so thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow, and I don't even know which day it is counting, but I need to count how many days I did so that we know how many days there are because I think I missed the day count in general. So it's very interesting. I'm building this habit and let's see where it takes us. Okay. So yeah, we can see the difference between here and here. Already you can notice the difference and we will continue tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.